today at 5.
In today's Legal on 4, divorce and social networking. According to the American Academy of Matrimonial Lawyers, 81% of its members have been involved with cases using social networking evidence. As more damaging evidence is being placed on Facebook every day, it's important to make sure your out loud personal life online doesn't wind up in divorce court. Our legal contributor Craig Wisdom joins us now. Facebook is making it really easy these days to turn virtual reality into real life divorce drama, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not just in legal issues and divorce court, it's our society, and suddenly, you know, we have such a shift from 10 years ago where there's this permanent record there for almost everybody to see on websites and blogs, most typically Facebook, and to a lesser extent MySpace and Twitter and such. But that can really come into play with these legal issues as well.
Now, nobody enters a marriage thinking they're going to get divorced.
No.
So, I mean, this is really general rules for just about everyone about Facebook. What should you post and what should you leave for personal memories in your head?
Well, the funny thing in this situation is that the same rules that would apply to kind of basic common sense, you know, your life and your reputation and things like that, that you don't want potential employers to see, that you don't want potential clients or friends or relatives to see, is also the type thing that could be damaging and used against you in divorce court, especially if it's something like a custody battle where a lot of these more personal issues and character things come into play than they do when you're just divorcing the spouse and dividing up property.
Like what kind of stuff have you heard about?
Well, there's things, obviously, you know, there's just general kind of flirting and, you know, comments about romantic escapades and issues like that that people post on Facebook and
this
such.
Is all admissible in court?
Generally, yes. I mean, there are issues. We're talking about things that are normally out there for the general public to see on Facebook and not subject to your privacy settings. If a spouse hacks into your email or logs in on you, those might be different issues and might not be admissible, and you might be violating privacy rules. But you know, there have been a number of cases where things like a parent who's trying to get custody, they have some sort of online listing saying that they're single and have no children. That certainly looks damaging. You have, you know, arguments about how much time a parent's spending with a child, and there's some sort of, you know, evidence about when they were on a particular gaming site or something like that when they were supposed to be with the children. You get people being accused of anger issues, and they've got posts up there on Facebook threatening to, you know, beat someone up when they're angry at them. And of course, most of these things are things you probably don't want, even if you're not getting divorced.
Exactly.
So the same type of rules apply. A rule of thumb: don't ever put something on email or certainly publicly online where people can read it that you wouldn't want read by a judge or read out loud in court.
Yeah. Pay special attention to the privacy settings.
Exactly. There are things you can do about what's open to the general public and what's not. And of course, the more open it is, the more damaging it is. But anything out there that can be copied and pasted and sent to someone that you don't want to see it, you know, if there's a divorce and you don't want your ex-spouse's family reading all your stuff, you might not want to keep them on as a friend to Facebook, things like that.
Yeah, so many people just friend people just for the sake of friending and don't realize what they're actually doing.
Yes, it's incredible what's out there. Be careful of the photos. Be careful.
Evidence.
Yeah, it's common sense, but it's out there.
All right, Craig, thank you so much. For your